Feels so good to finally be able to say this, but our bedroom remodel is finally done. Just completed it last night, and I feel such a weight lifted off me to know everything is put back where it needs to go. I can finally think of other projects and things that I want to do, but first, let's be honest, I would just like to enjoy the holiday season. So we started, let me look. Started this project, I think, in September. So we started this project in September. September 22nd is actually when I took all of my before pictures and then took all my footage for like the before of what the room looked like. And today is November 23rd, so it took a good 2 months. Originally, I really thought that this was gonna be a project that I was gonna have knocked out in less than a month. It was gonna go super quick. But as we know, that was not the case. Life just happens and you can't just do everything boom, boom, boom. Jay and I both work. You get the picture. Anyway, I'm excited to finally be able to share the room with you, which really, what are we waiting for? I might as well show you guys now. And then when I'm done showing you, I'll talk about how much the remodel ended up costing and yeah, just a few other little things. So anyway, let's go look at it. All of my hard work has finally paid off. After a couple months of working on the room, I can officially say we're done, besides a few little touches, but I haven't found things for those places yet, and I don't want to make any rash decisions. But anyway, let me show you what we got going on. This is the biggest area that we remodeled in our bedroom, which is the closet. Before, it was pretty standard, just had one dowel rod, a lot of wasted space, but we went ahead and added in this cube storage right here in the middle just to utilize more space up above. And then rather than doing one dowel rod with a shelf above it, we decided to split the closet into 4 sections, really utilizing the space down below. And then the final touch is we had an electrician come in and add a light up above to give more light in here, as well as a really nice glow to the rest of the room. So when I first started my remodel series, I had a lot of questions of why I didn't connect these 2 closets together. And trust me, I had the idea of that from the very beginning, but I had a person come in and look at it, and we officially decided it probably wouldn't be what I want to do. One, we'd have to do something with this wall, which then in turn there would be no flooring down here, and I'd either have to redo all of my hardwood floor, or we'd have to pull up all the hardwood floor down here and then put new in the back of the closet. And I decided it was a bigger project than what I wanted to tackle with a little bit more money than what we were wanting to spend. Then the second thing that I had requested to me was to get rid of this wall that blocks like the 2 closets from each other and put a dowel rod all the way across for clothing. But I decided that is a lot of area to be looking at clothing in our room, especially because I knew I did not want to put doors on these. So we decided just to keep them separate, and instead I decided just to redo my dresser fronts and paint this the same color as the wall to really make this space look like it was all one piece, but also just blended in with the walls. The main area of the bedroom is what I was most excited to decorate, and actually my vision completely changed in the middle of the remodel. So our side tables, we ended up having a friend make those to fit the space better. So I went ahead and steamed them myself. I picked out all the wood and the legs for them, added a simple lamp on both sides, and just decided to keep it simple. Our bedroom is actually not very big, but we do have a king-size mattress. For Jay and I, it is a lot more comfortable to sleep on a bigger bed rather than have a smaller bed, just to make our room appear bigger. But there are some decorating things you can do to help make your room appear bigger than it really is. So the first thing that I did is I added in an area rug. The key to this is getting an area rug that does not cover your entire floor and also does not go all the way to the back wall. And then another thing that you can do is get curtains, but rather than putting the curtains the same height as your window, move the rod closer up to the ceiling, which then tricks your eyes to making you think that your ceiling is taller than it actually is. And then on this side of the room, we decided to keep it pretty simple. I did go ahead and put a mirror up. Mirrors in general make a space look bigger than they actually are, but it is really nice to have a mirror to look in when you're getting dressed. And then it also helps with the natural light reflecting off of it, making the room just appear brighter. Then I went ahead and we got this new little dresser. Before, I had an old entertainment center that I actually remodeled when I was in college, but I decided I wanted more of a statement piece in our room to bring in some color. So splurged a little bit, got this. It's absolutely beautiful, but it also has a lot of space to store things inside. Did get new custom cut blinds for our room. Mine are actually from blinds.com, but you can just put in your measurements and then decide how many panels you want. So really we have two separate windows here, but if we only want to open one versus the other, we have the option to do so. Other than that, I decided to keep the decor in our room really simple. I'm going for more of a minimalistic look, just a lot less to clean, a lot less to think about, and I am 100% happy with it. I really need to work on a better backdrop for where I sit and film, because the back of my couch, although it's not a horrible spot, is not the most aesthetic, but the lighting is the best in the entire house. So anyway, I guess I don't mind, so hope you guys don't mind, but what do you guys think? I absolutely adore it. To be honest, it is not the vibe I was going for with the room. I feel like when I was pinning my pictures, a lot more of it was a little more boho. But as I was starting to decorate for the room, I really decided, you know, I think I would rather go for this minimal look. Just not much stuff on the walls, kind of just more of what I need with a few touches of decor, and then leave it at that. But the good thing is I can always add more later, and I've really gotten to this point in my decorating life where I have decided to slow down with how fast I decorate something, because I used to make rash decisions and then within 3 weeks I was over what I put in the room, and either I decided to return it or I couldn't return it and then I'd have to sell it. So now I just really take my time with what I'm going to pick out. For example, I would really like to put a lumbar pillow on our bed, but I have not found one that I love, or I love it but it's $200 and I'm not going to spend that on a pillow. So anyway, there will be a few more final touches coming to the room just to make it a little more cozy, but for now I've just decided to stop where I'm at and just enjoy what I have done. At the beginning of this whole remodel process, I told you guys that I wanted to be 100% honest with you guys about what I spent on the remodel. I have my total written down here, and honestly, with all of the extra work we had done, I'm not disappointed at all of what we ended up having to spend. So I'll walk through it with you real quick. Supply-wise, before I even get to like the labor part of it, I did not include any of my decor, like the curtains, my bedding, the dresser, mirror, any of that, because really that's subjective. You can make that whatever you want it to be based off of your style, your preferences. I could have shopped around for a long time at thrift stores and found maybe any of that, but I decided to splurge in a few areas, like we've never had a bed frame. Yes, I could have got one used, maybe on a for sale group. So all of those things are areas that could be cut. I did not include any of that in my total cost, but supply-wise, like the paint rollers, the wood for the closet, just things like that, I did include. So for all my supplies, I spent $405.84, and I was kind of bummed when I was writing this down because I made a mistake when I was making my dresser, or not making my dresser, but redoing my dresser, and I ended up having to go buy primer and a different kind of paint, which cost me $75 right there for something that, like, if I would have known how to do it right the first time, I would have never even had, like, messed up, you know? So then the labor part of it, which was the sheetrock, electrician, and then our friend Justin, the total of that was $570. So leaving that at a total of $975.84, but it's actually cheaper than that. So whenever I do a remodel project, I always try to sell things that I no longer want. So example, I sold all my old bedding, I sold our 2 side tables, we had a little entertainment center in there, the decor that was on the walls, my old curtains, things like that, and I sell them to friends that I know that are interested in my decor. I put it on Facebook, and there I can get sales. Then also I have a Poshmark where I post a lot of my old clothing, and then I post decor that hasn't sold on my Facebook and things like that there. So total for everything that I sold $534.29 worth of stuff in the 2 months. Then if I deduct that from what my total was, the total cost of the remodel was $441.55. I would say that is pretty darn good. I do not mind spending that amount of money on the room, and based off how I feel with it being done and the looks of it, 100% worth every single penny. Thank you guys for joining along this process with me. Next, I think we're gonna tackle the kitchen. It's my biggest project. It's one of the biggest focal points of my entire house, and I've really just not wanted to take it on yet because I know that it's gonna take up, like, our entire area. It's how we get into the house. It's connected to our living room. It's just gonna be big. So I had to be mentally prepared for it because that's one I'm gonna wanna knock out as soon as possible. But I think that's going to be the next project after the New Year. So anyway, if you guys like these remodel videos, please let me know down in the comments. I would love to hear it. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe. I'm so thankful and grateful that you guys are here. But anyway, with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one.